Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grief Drums, and today we are back over on the farm on Ground Branch. And I wanted to cover some of the cinematic style content that can be made with this game if you know how to do it. So there you have it. That quite literally took me 5 minutes to make. I'm not even joking. That is a literal 5 to 10 minutes. I made it over on the training area. I didn't spend any time on it, but it gives you an idea of the kind of thing you can do. A quick scroll over onto the settings and the keybinds. You can have a flick through, and you'll notice that there isn't actually much there that points towards this, which is kind of strange. But there is spectator mode. And inside of games where you have a spectator mode, you can make some incredible content. You really can. But all of this kind of points to when you are playing online with others and you die. You can then stop following, or you can, become a spectator with F6. I've not actually tried that inside a game, just moving around normally, but that... How do I exit the spectator mode? Okay, so a quick reset later. Yeah, as you'll pick up, that isn't exactly ideal for trying to film anything cinematic. Even having the dead body just lying around, it's far from ideal, it really is. However, did you know that inside of this game, there is another spectator mode built in with cameras? There are different cameras that you can utilize just walking around like this. So, if you go ahead and press the left control, and insert, you get a third person over the shoulder camera, which is really nice. It looks really cool. I kind of like the way it looks and the aesthetic of it. If you want it a bit further out, you can go ahead and press Control and Home. Now, the Control and Home key obviously gives you a further out third-person view, which again could be really nice if you're stacking up with 2 or 3 people and you wanted to showcase exactly that. It's a really nice camera angle that you can utilize, and this is, again, Control and Home. If you want to cancel any of these, you press the Control and Delete key, and you just go back into the normal first person. Now, when you are inside of third person, all the functionality remains the same. You can still do everything you were doing previously. Obviously, it's a lot harder to be accurate, but you get the idea. Now, with the Control and Home key, you have the ability to move the camera around, but you can't turn the player. In the Control and End key, you get the third person, where you can turn the player, and it constantly stays behind that character. So, Control and Home, you can move around. Control and End, you can't. You just stay static behind him, but you can turn the character. Next up is Control and Page Up. Now, this one is really handy for filming static shots. You'll notice that the camera stays centered on the character as and when he passes the camera. Now, again, he can still turn, he can still move. But for being that static camera, it's really handy. Control and Page Down, however, is a completely static camera. So with this one, you can position it where you want it to be and then have people moving past it. So if I go Control and Delete, and what we'll do is we will look at this particular area here, pretend that the character is going to come walking past there. The lighting's not great. We'll do it over on this side. Now, I want the camera shot to be from here, for example. So my character is currently stood in this position. I'm going to press Control and Page Down, and it locks the camera to exactly where we were. With that in mind, you can then have it so that the camera comes into shot, so the character comes into shot and moves out accordingly. Obviously, if you want it to be a bit closer than that, you can go ahead and do that. But you can just constantly move the camera as well. You can have the same shot from multiple different angles by looking at the same thing and just filming the same thing a couple of times. Now, I'm going to have to bring my character into view so I can see where the hell he is, but this is the shot we want to get. So we're going to stand here and we're going to bring this out. So you're able to do things like that, and that is really cool. But feeding into the next thing is control and backspace. Tell me that's not a cool camera angle. It's cool as hell. Now, these are only the ones that I've managed to find out. There are probably even more camera angles inside of this game that I just don't know about. But control, and then you've got the 6 keys that are up above the arrows: insert, home, page up, delete, end, and page down. And then you've got backspace. I would love to see what people can make with this this kind of content. Now that they, you know, if the information can get passed on about this and people know about it, I genuinely believe the content that can be made will be phenomenal. It's certainly something that I would like to try and do in the near future. But I figured I would very quickly get this information out there now that I know about it. And I would also put the information out there to request, if you know of anything else like this inside of the game that I could utilize, I would really appreciate it if you let me know down in the comments below. Now, I'm afraid that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy this, please consider hitting the thumbs up if it helps you out at all. Honestly, something as simple as just a thumbs up really does make a huge difference. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.